already here.
I think we're just waiting for Alec to switch you to be fully live.
Okay.
Looks like you are. So hey, we're gonna have a portal run by our friend GRC here. And just to remind you guys, this is still the CAL FIRE Relief Marathon. We're still supporting the American Red Cross, as you can see on the screen. Everything that you guys are donating is going to help relief efforts in the state of California for wildfires, as there's still tons and tons of people affected on a regular basis. But I'm going to go, so we can go ahead and just let you kick it off, GRC.
Alright, thank you. Okay, so timing will start when the crosshair appears. I'll give a rough countdown of when it will start. So this is Portal Inbounds. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, and start. Alright, so this run's fairly fast-paced and glitch-heavy overall. There's two main glitches that are done in the route. One of them is Edge Glitch, which is a glitch that involves standing on top of or next to a portal, and the game will think that you're on the other end of the portal that you stand on. Save Glitch is when you save and load under this state, which causes the game to freak out. I'll show off how it's applied in the route a little bit later, in places where it's a little bit easier to understand. Another thing to quickly mention is that there is a movement method called ABH, which stands for Accelerated Backhopping, which is the fastest way of moving in the run, which is why I will always be moving backwards when on general stretches of land. Alright, let's get going here. First two chambers are fairly straightforward in how they're done. It's mainly just movement. Pretty much no exploits or glitches are done. However, that will immediately change in the next map, where we're going to be doing the first save glitch of the run. A lot of elevator waiting in this run, where we're just going to be sitting alone, waiting. So this chamber, we just have to wait for a little while in order for the game to cycle up so we can grab that cube over there and put it on the button right over there. And then next chamber, things will be getting a lot more interesting when the route is actually explored because we get our portal gun.
Perfect. Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button.
Not the best movement for that first chamber, but that's alright. Alright, so we're going to be waiting for a little bit longer here. The downtime in the run starts to die down a little bit, and things get a lot more exciting as we get the portal gun and start moving along. So the first save which we're going to do is going to allow us to skip an elevator from Chamber 2 to Chamber 3, which saves roughly 6 seconds compared to going through the elevator normally, which is quite nice for going fast. So we're going to save and load on top of that portal. We did not do it right. Let's do that again.
With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe.
Which allows us to completely skip the elevator and move on to the next chamber. I'll explain what happened just then in the next chamber because it is a lot easier to understand visually up here. More waiting. Alright, so essentially what's going on, I'm going to be shooting a blue portal on this wall here, and I'm going to be save loading on top of it. Standing on top of it puts us in an edge glitch scenario, so the game thinks that we're at the orange portal that we walked through earlier. And save glitching allows us to remain in that state, allowing us to do things like walking through doors like that, as well as being able to like shoot through walls and all that. It remains across chambers when you go through grills and stuff. So we can just kind of shoot a wall here to completely skip the puzzle for that chamber we were just in. So we have to wait for GLaDOS's voice line to end here, which is why I just kind of mess around a little bit before the elevator will even move.
We will stop enhancing the truth in 3.
Now, aside from doing save glitches, a lot of chambers have movement-based ways to get around them quickly. A lot of the chambers, you don't really need to do the puzzle that was intended by Valve when they made it. For instance, instead of shooting a portal to make that orb move into the receptor up there, we can just kind of jump directly into the elevator, which is a common theme when chambers where you can't save glitch or it is too slow to do so.
Cause permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please be careful.
So we're just gonna jump through this portal here, shoot one over there to fling ourselves directly to the end without having to do the actual puzzle of the chamber. This run can basically be split majorly into save glitch chambers and movement chambers. Save glitching is pretty much the main focus of the run, and it's the way that we save the most time in many chambers. A few years ago, this run only had one save glitch even in the chamber 4 where I explained it in a little bit more detail. And as time has gone on, we've gotten more and more into the run, where almost every chamber that could possibly have one has one. So here we're just going to be firing a portal in the middle of this door, because the game will not destroy the portal unless it's in the direct center of the door, allowing us to skip the puzzle for that chamber as well. And this next chamber has a movement strategy called door launch. It's a very kind of luck-based strat to go for, so I'm probably not going to get it, although I will try for it. It requires you to do pretty much frame perfect. I did not get it there. Not frame perfect, but tick perfect AFHs, which is an accelerated forward hop, which is basically an ABH, except you hold S when you already have momentum, and it will push you forward, because the game thinks you're going backwards. So essentially the door launch is launching off that little lip on the side of a door, and it will take you directly into the elevator instead of having to do a little bit of a fling there. This chamber, we're going to be getting the orange portal gun, which allows us to do a lot more interesting save glitching, if we can get out of there. The orange portal gun allows us to do a lot more because we get to set up where we want the save glitches and where we can direct everything. And I did it wrong there, so let's redo the save glitch. So the run's gonna get even more absurdly fast with the save glitching and everything, if I can actually get the save glitch to work out for me. Sometimes being off by a little bit can cause a save glitch to not work. There we go. Interesting thing about that save glitch is it completely lets you skip chamber 12 entirely. You don't even go inside the map or see it at all. We just go directly from 11 to the end of the entire map. Next chamber is going to go by very quickly. I'm just going to do another save glitch to immediately get in right next to the elevator.
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very long
Alright.
time.
Next chamber will go by just as fast, ideally. We're going to be doing a fling from the very start of the chamber to the very end of the chamber. Hopefully in one small jump, because Valve did not really think about how they designed these levels and pretty much just let you skip to the very end of them instantly almost. Although I hit the lip of my portal there, so we did not get the fastest strat, so I'm just going to do a quick backup here in order to go to the end of the chamber very quickly. That entire chamber probably would take you 40 seconds to a minute if you did the normal strat, which involves having to go all the way around and do this thing with another one of those orbs and receptors. But we can just skip all of that by doing simple movement. This is going to be another save glitch. It's going to take us directly to the end of the chamber like most of them do. I did not do it right apparently, so let's try that again.
Thank you for helping us.
Do a little bit slower this time. There we go. Something I should note quickly is that save glitches can be negated by walking through a portal, because the game will realize what your true position should be, so it will just throw you back to where you should be according to your camera. And we need to disable save glitch there in order to get to the end of the chamber, or else we'll just kind of fall through a wall somewhere and end up out of bounds, which is against the category name and rule set. Now this save glitch is quite interesting because it leads across multiple maps. We lose roughly maybe 20 seconds I should say actually in this map to save roughly 30 in the next map. So what we do is we do a save glitch in order to get a turret gun under this elevator here. Then we activate the elevator from below and do another save glitch in order to get through this elevator and onto the next chamber. Now I shot that orange portal below the elevator before we started going up so that we could go back there and get the turret that I put in there, because putting the turret down there allows us to grab it in here after doing that nice little movement jump, which I'm happy I got first try. And the turret can be used to replace the companion cube, so we do not have to go through the whole process of walking around and through the chamber, and we can just instantly go to the end. This whole strat saves roughly 10 seconds compared to normal, and is overall one of the cooler ones in my opinion, just because of the fact that it transcends across multiple maps, which is something that this game does not do other than that. Here is just a generic save glitch that's going to take us to the end of the map. A lot of these save glitches, like the one I just did and the one I'm going to do now, were discovered by a dude named Martin fairly recently. A lot of the stuff he's found in the past couple months have brought this game from just a hair above 12 minutes to around 11 minutes and 24 seconds, which is not a super optimal time at the moment. It's very, very good, but Billix, the current record holder, can definitely go a lot lower with inbounds if he wants to. So it's very nice and cool to have a lot more glitching in the run in order to make it a lot faster. Now this next chamber we're going to be doing something called large angle glitch. If we jump through a portal where the other portal is on a angled surface, ideally 45 degrees roughly, the game will teleport you vertically, horizontally throughout a chamber, allowing us to skip halfway through the chamber there to put a portal in a position where we can save glitch off of this wall to get to another random position where we're going to set up a glitch called double lag, which is doing a second lag in order to skip to the very end of chamber 19. Thankfully I got it second try there. Sometimes I get that first try, sometimes I get it 20th. It's inconsistent for me because I'm a little bit reckless with how I set up on that glitch. Anyway, now we're starting the escape section of the run, which is combination of movement and save glitching. Come on. This map is entirely movement based, and then the next map we're going to be performing the last save glitch of the run, and then we're going to be doing a new glitch, which I'll explain in a second, on the final map of the run. Alright, so now that we're on Escape 1, we're going to be doing another save glitch made by Martin. This is, I believe, the most recent save glitch used in the current route, which allows us to skip through all of this chamber here. Did not do that correctly. A lot of these save glitches, as I said before, are very specific with how you do them. Being off by very slight amounts of distance, excuse that noise there, can lead to your save glitch being completely negated and not working anymore. Because it's such a delicate process, it's very hard to maintain save glitches with this many portal shots throughout the entire thing. Because a slight error on one can mean your margin of error on the next portal shot is a lot less, causing longer save glitches to be very easy to mess up. Anyway, we're going to be doing an acute angle glitch here, which is similar to large angle glitch, except we're doing it on the bottom half of the angled surface. In doing so, we can teleport not only horizontally, but vertically. However, I'm doing it correctly here, but if I do it one tick too early, which is roughly a 0.0116 seconds, that door will open up, and I won't be able to shoot a portal on it, which doesn't allow me to do this part of the glitch, where I do another acute angle glitch, which will teleport me into Gladys's chamber, if I can do this correctly. There we go. Next, we're going to use this turret in order to shoot the cores off of Gladys. Timing will be coming up pretty shortly here. Once the crosshair disappears. So we're going to be just grabbing all these cores, instead of having to go through the normal boss fight of having to have Gladys shoot herself with missiles. We're just going to quickly grab all the cores before the first one even falls, and do the run, or do the fight a lot faster. Okay, time will be coming up in very shortly, and time. Alright, what was the time?
We're gonna have to wait just a minute to see what it is on the live stream.
Okay, no problem.
That appears to have been 14:31.
Not great, but not too terrible considering it's real time. Can't be too upset about that.
Very solid run, really good commentary.
Thank you. Okay, so that was Portal Inbounds. Thank you for having me run the game at the marathon. It's quite fun.
Problem, thank you so much for joining us.
No issue. Best of luck for the rest of the marathon.
Thank you very
And
much.
good luck to the Resident Evil runners. I can't remember their names. They are up next, I believe, right?
That is correct. We're gonna have Jake Pliskin and Leo Meyer doing Resident Evil 5 coming up in just a few moments.
Alright.
Alright, I've dropped you out of the live channel.
And we're going to run a 60-second ad, and then we will be back after setting up for the Resident Evil 5 run.